Good day, everyone. Welcome to TV Eskwela. To all of you dear students, how are you today? I hope you are all well and ready to venture to another learning experience in English 8. I am Teacher Carlo or Casumpong from Mabini National High School, Mabini District. Make sure that you have filled your stomach sumptuously and have a relaxed mind, for we will together learn how to explain visual verbal relationships illustrated in tables, graphs, and information maps found in expository texts. Please be in your comfortable study areas, prepare your English 8 Quarter 2 Module 1 answer sheets and pen as we gear towards attaining the following objectives. First, analyze visual verbal relationships through tables, graphs, infographics, and information maps. Second, interpret information presented in a text. And third, demonstrate appreciation and understanding of expository text through a concept map. Are you now ready to start our learning experience? I'm pretty sure you are. Before we start with our discussion, I have prepared 6 visual verbal illustrations, each with a corresponding question. Within 5 seconds, kindly choose your answer from the choices to be given. Number 1. Which is not a part of speech? A. Adjective. B. Adverb. C. Modal. D. Verb. Correct. The answer is C. Modal. Adjective, adverb, and verb are all parts of speech. Number 2. The map shows that A. Europe is part of Asia. B. Antarctica is the largest continent. C. Australia is the smallest continent. D. North and South America are considered as one continent. Great! The answer is C. Australia is the smallest continent as shown in the map. Number 3. Which learning modality do students like the most? A. Modular learning. B. Online learning. C. Radio. D. Television. Amazing! The correct answer is A. Modular learning, as shown in the table. Number 4. Which sport has the highest number of votes? A. Badminton. B. Basketball. C. Chess. D. Volleyball. Very good. The correct answer is B. Basketball, as shown in the graph. Number 5. How many percent is the budget for house rental? A. 8%. B. 12%. C. 19%. D. 23%. Correct. The answer is D. 23%, as shown in the pie chart. Number 6. How many seconds do you need to wash your hands? A. 10 seconds. B. 15 seconds. C. 17 seconds. D. 20 seconds. That's right. The correct answer is D. 20 seconds. How do you find the items? What do you think help you in finding out the answer? Would you believe that the information from those verbal visual presentations originated from lengthy texts? That's the reason why we opt to use different means to present vast amount of data in a simple manner. Before I explain further, do you still remember the instance when you used a map in Araling Panlipunan? Have you tried creating a graph in your math class? Did you create a table to conform with the scientific method in your science experiments? Or have you organized the different Southeast Asian art forms through a concept map? What do you think are those figures that helped you in organizing the information? Let us remember shortly. Let's go to our thought bubble. Maps, graphs, tables, charts, and infographics are all basic examples of visual verbal illustrations, which are just a common way of presenting information in a simple and attractive manner to catch and attain the interest of the readers. A text, especially in expository form, could be long enough to be read and understood in a short period of time. That's why visual verbal illustrations are here to help. Let's now proceed to our mystery box. What do we have here? As you can see, shown on the screen are common examples of visual verbal illustrations. Let's know them one by one. What type of illustration do you think is shown on the screen? It is a graph. Graph is a pictorial diagram that shows the relationships of information or values presented in an organized manner. Two basic kinds of graphs include line graph and bar graph. Line graph presents trends through dots and lines, while bar graph presents categories through rectangular bars. In the examples, both the line graph and bar graph show the increase of the number of COVID-19 cases from March to June 2020. On the screen is an illustration with texts enclosed within overlapping boxes. What is it? It is a table, which is an organized arrangement of data, usually in rows and columns. Data in a table can be easily compared. The example shows the enrollment data of the 3 grade 8 sections, in which Section Gumamela has the highest number of students, followed by Section Sampaguita, and lastly, Section Rose. A very common picture is shown, and you know it, don't you? Map. Map is a diagram or visual representation that shows the relative position of the parts of something, usually a location. The illustration used as an example is a Philippine map. What do you think is the diagram flashed on the screen? It's a concept map, a diagram that displays the organization and relationships of concepts and ideas through lines and shapes. The concept map shows the 8 provinces or cities represented by the 8 rays of the sun in the Philippine flag. Are you familiar with the ones that you see? These are charts that present information in a tabular or circular form. Examples of charts are pie chart, which presents distribution among parts, and flowchart, which illustrates a step-by-step process. In the examples, the pie chart shows the number of COVID-19 cases from March to June 2020. Moreover, the flowchart shows the process of enrollment. Lastly, a more contemporary way of presenting text is shown. What do you think is it? It is an infographic that combines visual images and text presentations. The infographic material that you see contains rainfall advisory and people's appropriate response. Have you gotten the different ways of presenting information through visual verbal illustrations? Let's now apply the skill that you learned. Please keep your eyes, ears, and hand active as I enumerate the 6 ways to stop the spread of coronavirus. First, stay at home as much as you can. Second, keep a safe distance from people. Third, wash hands often for 20 seconds. Fourth, wear face mask when going outside. Fifth, cover your mouth when sneezing and coughing. Sixth, call for an emergency assistance when symptoms arise. At this juncture, kindly create a concept map illustrating the 6 ways to stop the spread of coronavirus. In strengthening your knowledge on visual verbal illustrations, let's have a short assessment recap. Kindly identify the type of visual verbal illustration being described. Number 1. It is a visual diagram that shows the relative position of the parts of something, usually a location. That's right. The correct answer is map. Number 2. It is a diagram that shows the relationships of information presented. Very good. The correct answer is graph. Number 3. It is a combination of visual images and text presentation of specific information. Absolutely. It's infographic. Number 4. It is an organized arrangement of data, usually in rows and columns. Yes, the correct answer is table. Number 5. It is an illustration that presents information in a tabular or circular form. Of course, the correct answer is chart. And number 6. It displays the organization and relationships of concepts and ideas through lines and shapes. Very good. The correct answer is concept map. Can you clearly classify the type of visual verbal illustration with their features, characteristics, and functions? If yes, you're on the right track. Before we proceed to the last activity, let's deposit words in our vocabulary bank. Trend means a general direction in which something is developing or changing. Contemporary means happening at the same time or happening now. To sum up all the concepts and activities, today we refreshed our minds on visual verbal illustrations in other areas of discipline as well as in our daily lives. We further learned the specific types and examples of visual verbal illustrations based on their features, characteristics, and functions. Aside from these, we underwent activities on making a concept map and identifying visual verbal illustrations. 2 unlocked vocabularies were also deposited in the vocabulary bank. Finally, please prepare your answer sheet and your pen as we unravel our requirement for today, which is creative free writing. In this writing activity, create your unique visual verbal illustration that organizes your thoughts and remarkable experiences during this time of pandemic. You may freely use and combine shapes and lines. Congratulations! You did a great job today. I hope you will continue journeying through English. Always keep in mind that languages bridge people to wisdom. Once again, this is Teacher Carlo or Kahada Casumpong from Mabini National High School, Mabini District saying, dito sa TV Eskwela, sa pag-aaral, sama-sama. Bye-bye!